everyone. How are you on this Wednesday? Are you having a wonderful day? And did you work on day 3 of our challenge? Now, I just had this up here. I'm going to put this back up there so you can take a look-see. Yes, we are celebrating the new year. Today is day 3 of our challenge. If you are watching this video for the first time, you may not realize this is day 3 of our 5-day challenge. Today was all about uncovering your grit and as a result, hopefully becoming a little unstoppable, right? It's all about uncovering that ability we all have to see things through to the end. So I'm going to talk about that in a little bit more detail. I'm going to share with you what I worked on. I'm also going to share my notes with you. So if you are brand new to the video today and the challenge, let me explain again what you could be working on to uncover your grit. First, I want to make sure that I'm welcoming you today to day 3 of our 5-day challenge. And remember, you guys, if you want a free downloadable of all the challenges we're working on this year, this first work week of the new year, be sure to email me. In fact, let me put that back up there on the screen for you. You just shoot me an email at Dr. Dawn at drdawnshoptalk.com. You go ahead and in the subject line, you put down the name of our challenge, A New Year to a New You 2022. That's all you do, you guys, and it registers you for the 5-day challenge, and it registers you also for our door prize. I'm going to show you another sneak peek towards the end of today's video. So as I mentioned, you guys, today is all about our challenge. I want to welcome you to our live stream. This is our nightly recap, so we can talk a little bit about what we did and what we focused on. Okay, so again, this is day 3 of our 5-day challenge. If you know of someone that you think would love this whole idea, because remember the concept is this is our first full week back to work after the holidays, right? We can get so busy, you guys, at Christmas and New Year's. And as career women, is it not true that sometimes the responsibility of either shopping for gifts or wrapping or planning things, whether you can see people right now or not, the responsibility tends to fall on our shoulders. So sometimes we are so exhausted after the holidays that I could think of nothing better than all of us getting together and trying to make sure that we're renewing ourselves, kind of recharging our energy, and starting this first week back to work off on the right foot. So that's what our 5-day challenge is all about. So if you know someone who you think would love this, please send them this information. Remember, you can go to my YouTube channel, look at the playlist. There's a playlist that actually says New Year, New You. You can check out our previous videos for this year's challenge. And in fact, I have all 5 videos from last year's challenge. Okay, so be sure to check that out. Okay, I mentioned that if you want the free downloadable, to go ahead and email me, and let me again show you what that looks like. Okay, let me go ahead and remove this banner so you can see it a little bit better there for you. This is something I put together for you that I can email to you. You could print that off, post that somewhere so that you remember exactly what we're working on. Last night, if you joined us live, oh, and by the way, thank you so much. I got so many great emails last night. Some of you that were not able to join us at 7. Listen, it's impossible. It really is. You can't always join a program live. That's no big deal. This is for you to watch anytime on YouTube and Facebook. And if you would like this printout, just email me. I'll be sure to send this to you so that you know, yes, today we worked on grit. Last night we talked about uncovering and rediscovering those passions you maybe have forgotten about. And on day 1, we worked on your mindset. Now, if you look, you can see that tomorrow we're going to be talking about time management. And then, of course, we're going to wrap things up with understanding your brand a little bit better. Okay, so all of that is very important to making sure we have the foundation we need to start that year off on the right foot. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about some of the tasks you could have worked on, and then be sure to comment Let me know that you're watching. And then if you're willing, go ahead and share a little something about what you did, because I love giving an audience shout out. Now, I mentioned this last night. I don't always have time to do that. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to make sure I don't go more than like 15, 20 minutes or so. So if I don't give a chance to share your ideas, I promise you I'll incorporate that on a later live stream. I promise. So hang in there. I love hearing your feedback. So be sure to keep that up. That is just awesome. Okay, now today, again, is all about uncovering your grit. So let me remind you what you could have worked on. As women, there are 3 areas. The research really backs this up, right, ladies? There's 3 areas where we tend to kind of be more vulnerable. Okay. These 3 areas prevent us from uncovering our grit and becoming unstoppable. Because remember, grit is the ability to set a goal, to set your mind to something, make a decision, and not let anything get in your way. Have you ever felt that in your professional and personal life? That when you finally have had it, you are ready to make a decision, nothing can stop you. I've told my family and friends, hey, put your money on me. Okay. I'm not saying that to be like some braggart over here. I'm just saying I know that when I make that decision, I'm ready. And sometimes, it takes a little while to get there, and that's okay. Everybody has a different path and a different journey. So forgive yourself for that. In fact, that's one of the first things we're going to talk about, because one of the first areas that women tend to struggle with is perfectionism. We think everything has to be just perfect, perfect, perfect before we allow ourselves to really get to do very much. So you want to get away from that. There's actually some brain reasons why we tend to be perfectionists over our male counterparts. It's something sometimes we have to work on. Now, in my notes the other day, I shared with you, here's 2 other areas you might have worked on today to uncover your grit. That's the fear of failure and the fear of success. Now, most of us, I think, understand what the fear of failure is, right? I have found myself very vulnerable to that when I'm trying something new. When you try something new, you just want to do a good job, and it's kind of hard to take those steps. And it is many times very closely tied to, you guessed it, perfectionism. But fear, I can't say that, fear of success is actually more subtle, isn't it? Because you might think, well, I'm not going to get in the way of my own success, am I? No. You're thinking, who doesn't want success? But you realize that sometimes you really do get in the way of your own success because you're kind of afraid of what that might mean. What if you're just in an unhealthy relationship and you are afraid if you're more successful than your partner, they might get resentful? That's not a healthy place to be, right? Or if maybe it's not financial success, maybe you're successful in another kind of way that brings a lot of attention to you. Maybe you feel like you were possibly overshadow your children or your family. Sometimes, especially as women, we just tend to carry this extra guilt. We want everybody to feel okay with themselves. But here's the missing piece of that puzzle. It is not our job to make somebody else feel secure. Now, if you're a career mom like me, then yes, you realize your words have power, your actions have impact, and you want to raise your kids with some really great self-esteem. But remember, self-esteem also has to be earned. And once you've told them a million times they're fabulous, they're wonderful, and you love them, that's kind of it. The rest of the time, they have to earn some of those compliments, right? So you can't keep giving and giving and giving, because sometimes you run the risk of either affecting people in your life to where they expect it. And nobody wants to raise children, if just using children as an example, you don't want to raise someone who's so entitled, right? You don't want to do that. So just kind of keep that in mind as you're working on your own grit. Oh, hi, Amelia. Amelia's joining us live. She says, happy day 3, Dawn. Yes, it is happy to be on our 3rd day of our 5-day challenge. So thank you, Amelia, for joining us live. Oh, I see Kim's joined us. Hi, Kim. It's so great with this software, you guys, whether you comment or not, I can see that you're watching. So thank you so much. But thank you, Amelia, for commenting tonight. So yeah, I'm so happy to be here on our 3rd day, all of us sharing what we're working on together. All right, so let me share with you just briefly what I worked on today. Okay, over time, I have worked hard to make sure that I'm aware of when I get in my own way when it comes to fear of failure and fear of success. And let me show you how fear of success has kind of played into my life. Fear of success has been very subtle in my own health journey. I realized that I was one of those lucky people back in her 20s and 30s that could pretty much eat anything I wanted, not have to really worry about gaining weight. I felt great. I hit my 40s, my metabolism changed a little bit, but I didn't notice it. I had really started running, like literally running races, marathons. And I was probably at the height of my marathon training from about 35 to 40. So once 40 hit and my career changed and I was in these bigger jobs, I was a single mom at the time. I had just started dating again. And so the idea of running 10 miles versus meeting somebody fabulous for a date and having a glass of wine and an amazing meal, well, the meal and wine kind of, won out. And as a result, it was a little bit harder. I was kind of used to running enough that I could just eat whatever I wanted. So I realized I had gotten a little unhealthy. So I got back to a good balance of, again, making sure I had a healthy approach to food, no food noise, but I struggled with my exercise noise. I really did. I felt like it was right to eat whatever I wanted, not to make any food forbidden. But I was so used to my metabolism, like just really being affected by my exercise, that when I couldn't burn things off like that, I was very frustrated with myself. So I was almost fearful of being successful because I would lose and gain from about 40 onward, kind of the same 10 pounds or so. So I've continued to struggle with that. And then it hit me. Oh my goodness, Donnie, you are just your classic fear of success. And you know why? Because I didn't want to have to constantly be thinking about what I was eating, calories, and exercise. I wanted to have a more intuitive way, more balanced way of eating. Because my husband, I mentioned this the other night, we're self proclaimed foodies, right? We love going out to eat, getting takeout, we love cooking, and we really appreciate sort of that chef inspired type of meal. Well, the great thing about that is chef meals, if you've ever looked at these, they're very small, very expensive and very small. The good thing about that is the portions are small, okay? The bad part about that is that, it can be filled with a lot of calorie laden things. So if you don't have a balanced approach to eating, it could be easy to kind of pack on those pounds. Well, with my fear of success, I realized that I kind of had this idea that I was going to have to be on this diet treadmill the rest of my life if I wanted to eat and have a nice glass of wine and cocktail the way I wanted to. And that's just not true. So I've gotten a handle on that. Yeah, I'll check calories every now and then or maybe skip cocktail hour, but it's only because I want to continue to enjoy life, which means wonderful meals and dates and dinners and things like that. So, if I'm going to have something decadent for dinner, maybe go a little less for breakfast and lunch, vice versa. That's a natural, intuitive way of eating, and I'm really excited that I've gotten there. So, that's my example of fear of success. I've realized that I don't have to fight that battle anymore. I can just enjoy where I'm at. Now, let me tell you how perfectionism has continued to sort of creep in. I'm right now in the process of working on some really exciting projects, some really amazing opportunities. One of them has been writing my book. Let me tell you a little bit more about this on Friday, but let me tell you how perfectionism can come to a head. If you are actually writing a book, oh my goodness, right? You talk about perfectionism. This is going to be on paper, people. This is going to be available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. If you have a typo, the whole world can see it. So, since I know that I tend to have a little bit of a perfectionist mindset at times, I've hired professionals to help me with all that. And I'm happy to report that your girl here has come a long way. Because if I didn't put a stop to where the book was going to end, I could literally continue to write and rewrite this. Now, it was hard to let that go, especially because I'm classically trained as an educator. I got my bachelor's degree, master's degree, and doctorate. And let me tell you, perfectionism, hello, have you ever met someone going through a doctorate program? You are supposed to rewrite something 500 times. You're supposed to defend your point of view. When you get that paper back from your doctoral committee, it is bleeding red ink, you guys. It really is, because it's part of the Socratic method. They believe, and rightfully so, that you have to be able to defend and defend and defend. And it doesn't matter if what you started with looks exactly like what you gave them at the beginning. You're supposed to be able to get through the process of having your work evaluated and critiqued. I think of the doctorate program, I think about my daughter who's in the Air Force now serving her country. And I think about how she went through basic training. Why does the military put people through that? Is it to torture them? Well, some might say yes, but I would say no. It's because they want to really make sure that who's left standing is truly committed. Now, you might feel like being committed by the time you're done with the process, but you hear what I'm saying, okay? You want to make sure who's left really wants this. That's what the doctorate program is about. So, writing and rewriting and having it critiqued and changing it 500 million times, I can really get stuck in that perfectionism loop if I don't check myself before I wreck myself. Okay. So that is what I worked on today. I really thought about my health today. In fact, we just got back from having an amazing dinner celebrating my mother in law's 85th birthday. Love you if you're watching. And if I was stuck in that diet perfectionism or fear of success in getting to a healthy place with my body and my mind and all of that, then, I probably wouldn't have ordered something like chopstick. I wouldn't have indulged in at least 5 bites of that incredible cake that they had, this carrot cake to die for. I wouldn't have had a nice cocktail and glass of wine. I would have been thinking, oh, no, 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 I can't do that. But that's what I worked on today, because at 55, I am done, people, with being on a diet treadmill or thinking food is forbidden. I'm done with that. Okay. I am all about fitting in my skinny jeans. I mean, let's get real. I do want to do that too. Okay. I want to feel fabulous at 50, right? But I'm done with criticizing or critiquing. I'm just done with that. And then when it comes to that perfectionism, that is what I worked on today, is to make sure that I just got things done. Now, are there times where you really need to try to get as close to perfect as possible? Sure, my book is a good example of that. However, I could write other books. It doesn't have to all go in this first book, right? In fact, I already have some ideas with my second book. So again, you have to eventually let go and move forward. So that's what today was all about. You want to be able to uncover your grit. You want to be able to tap into that belief that you are stronger than you know and braver than you believe. You can get there if you really uncover your grit and make the decision today that you're not going to let perfectionism, fear of failure, or fear of success stand in your way. Okay, so that's just a couple of examples of how you could get there. So think about that. Okay. Hey, Teresa, I just saw that Teresa joined us. You guys feel free to comment if you want to share a little bit of some insight that you've gotten either from today's recap or maybe some things that you still have questions on. Don't forget, you guys, just like last night, I had several folks that emailed me questions. I also sent them that downloadable. Make sure if you've got questions or need extra tips about, hey, Dr. Dawn, I tried to work on my grit today, didn't go well. Just let me know. I'm going to put my email back up there for you real quick. Don't forget to email me with any questions that you've got about our 5-day challenge. Now, the next thing I want to do, and again, I'll go ahead and remind you, go ahead and comment if you would like to. You don't have to, or share and like the video. I love it when you give us a thumbs up. That just helps with our engagement and also helps with that algorithm, right? So that Facebook and YouTube will maybe push this up a little bit. We love that because we want this message to get across to as many people as possible. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and switch to what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow, tomorrow is important. Do you ever feel like you work so hard and you're like, where did the time go? Well, that's what we're working on tomorrow. So let me remind you what you can do. I want you to focus on one of three things, okay? Number one, create an awesome morning routine for yourself. If it means getting up even 15 to 20 minutes earlier, start your morning doing something you love. And by the way, try not to start your morning with this. Now, you guys, I love my phone. I'm all about my phone. But do you know that if you start with your phone, sometimes you'll come across an email or a text right off the bat? That's fine. But you don't want somebody else's demands on your time to be the way you start your day. So don't do that. Instead, if you're going to look at something on your phone, look at something you really love. For example, I'm listening to a book on tape right now. I get so excited about my books on tape. So when I ease into the morning, I'm either going to watch something I want to watch. I'm not checking email or text messages at 5:30 in the morning, or I'm going to go straight downstairs in my fuzzy robe and slippers. I'm going to journal. I'm going to have a cup of coffee. And I do have some guilty pleasures. Like, for example, I mentioned Love Island. I love everything Love Island. I watch all these reruns. My daughter, Savannah, got me addicted to that. I love my Bravo. I love everything Bravo, my Real Housewives, love, love, love. So I like to kind of start the day with watching shows that I know drives my husband a little batty. So I can have some me time. I can start the day off feeling like I'm on vacation before I even get started with my day. So that's the first thing. Try to create a different morning routine for yourself tomorrow and see if you enjoy it more. Okay, here's the second thing you can do. You can start timing your activities. For example, I mentioned the other day, there is some magic to making your bed in the morning. There really is. Check out videos about it. I promise you it's true. I have my bedtime making the bed routine down to 2 minutes flat. I promise you. But guess what happens? If I realize I need to leave because I have all these timers. This is when you should use your phone. Use your phone to your advantage. Set some timers so I don't even have to look at my phone. I know that I get up at 5:35. I hit the snooze because I like 9 minutes to snuggle down in the bed and snuggle up just to my covers and my sweet husband. That time where I'm kind of awake but not, that helps me ease into the day. But I don't set my alarm so that those 9 minutes would make me late. No, 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 no. I get up much earlier than I have to so that I have plenty of time. And when that second alarm goes off, I feel like I had my cuddle time, my relaxation time. I jump out of bed, I'm ready to go. Now, another reason I'm ready to go is I have everything already lined up. This outfit here with the earrings, the glasses, everything, that's already hanging up in my closet. Check out my other YouTube video about how to have an awesome morning routine. Check that out because I kind of share with you what you can do to get ready for the day so you're not rushed. So even if you're working from home and you just have to look good from the waist up, right? You want to do that for yourself. So really think about that. If I realize I need to walk out the door, for me, I want my alarm to go off at 7:09. 7:09 means that I've got 9 more minutes. I hit the snooze because I have to leave by 7:14. That's my drop dead deadline. Now, normally I leave at 7 or even 6:45, but that's like if I need extra time, I give myself permission. So I don't have to look at my watch or my Fitbit. I don't have to look at my phone because my alarms are going to tell me when it's time. Okay. So time your activities, create that morning routine for yourself. And the last thing you can concentrate on to work on for tomorrow is to stop thinking of a 24-hour day. Start thinking instead of weekly time. So go ahead and get out like a calendar. Okay, I've got several calendars right here in my home office where I'm broadcasting to you from today. Use the calendar on your phone. Create activities throughout your week. Now, that should be easy to do now because remember, yesterday you concentrated on rediscovering your passions and you made the commitment to incorporate those passions into your routine. It's not that you don't have the time. We all have the same amount of time. So why do some people get so much done with their day and some don't? If it's because you think, oh, I've got kids, I'm a single mom. You guys, I was a single mom. I get it. I totally get it. And if you've got a knucklehead in your family that's not helping you, I'm so sorry, we'll talk. But the true simple fact is make sure you give yourself the priority. Get to bed a little bit earlier. Take care of yourself. Eat well, sleep well, exercise so that you've got the energy to tackle your day. And if you need 15 to 20 minutes, but I spoil myself, I give myself an extra hour, that's 60 minutes of me time in the morning when the whole house is quiet, nobody else is up. It is golden. Then I don't feel like I'm robbed of the time I want for myself. Because think about it, guys. As soon as kids get up, spouses, your furry children need to be walked, whatever the case may be, your day sometimes doesn't feel like your own, but you can start it that way. Okay, so try those tips for tomorrow, which is all about time management. Okay, so make sure you do that. Don't forget, we're going to broadcast again live tomorrow at 7 p.m. If you can't catch us live, that's fine. You can watch this anytime on Facebook or YouTube. Now, don't forget on Friday is going to be our noon broadcast because who wants to join us at 7 p.m. on a Friday night? I hope you're having a date night. I hope you're having a girls' night. I hope that you're spending extra time with your kids on a Friday night or just putting your feet up and just chilling after your first week back from the holidays. So instead, join us on your lunch hour on Friday. And don't forget, do you want another quick look at our giveaway? Our giveaway is all about manifesting what you want. Yes, you are a badass woman and you can get what you manifest. I love this. We'll draw for this on Friday. All right, you guys. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Happy hump day, right? Look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Don't forget to email me if you've got any questions. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. And tomorrow, remember, is all about time management. So if you got any questions about any of this, be sure to let me know. You have a wonderful rest of your day, you guys. And I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'm going to show you that Shop Talk video. We haven't played that for a while. I played it for the first time last night after a while. So enjoy that, and I'll catch you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Have a great night, you guys. Bye-bye.